What is Hellenistic period? What period is referred as Hellenistic period? Why we are calling this period as Hellenistic period? Let us learn now. Hellenistic period. From among the Greek states in the late 4th century BCE, the ruler of the kingdom of Macedon, that is Alexander the Great, undertook a series of military campaigns and conquered parts of North Africa, West Asia, Iran, and reaching up to Bias in India. So we are establishing how did Alexander conquer various places during which period. In the late 4th century, he has conquered the regions over North Africa, West Asia, Iran, and he reached up to Bias in India, that is Asia. Here, his soldiers, after reaching to Bias, refused to proceed further east. So Alexander's troops retreated, though many Greeks stayed behind. So why did Alexander did not go ahead beyond Bias? The problem is the soldiers refused to proceed further. Though few of them stayed with him, but many of them did not want to go ahead further. Because by the time he started, Alexander has started his journey around some 320, 333, and he reached to India by somewhere 326, 27, and for almost 10 years, 10 to 11 years, the soldiers were being continuously fighting. That's why they were able to occupy North Africa, the other parts of Iran and all. So as it has been already 11 years, they want to go back and look at their family, children once. This could be one reason why the soldiers refused to go ahead. So the region of whole became Hellenized. What is Hellenized? The Greeks were called Hellenes, and Greek became a well known language throughout the region. So the regions which are controlled by Alexander, after he occupied those regions through his military campaigns, he called these regions as Greek territories, or the influence of Greek language has been felt over in all the places where he has occupied. So they started to call these as Hellenes. The Greeks were known as Hellenes, so we are calling them as Hellenized, and Greek became a well known language throughout the territory which was under the control of Alexander. The political unity of Alexander's empire disintegrated quickly after his death. As you all know, after leaving India, Alexander passed away within a couple of years. He fell sick and he passed away. So, after his death, the empire got disintegrated very quickly. But almost 3 centuries after, that is from 3rd century to 1st century AD, Hellenistic culture remained important in the area. So even after he died, for almost 3 centuries after his death, the Hellenistic or the Greek culture was present in the territories where he controlled once upon a time after his death. This period is often referred as Hellenistic period. In the history of the region, this ignores the way in which other cultures, especially the Iranian culture associated with the old empires of Iran, were as important as, if not more, than that Hellenistic notions and the ideas. So, why we are calling this period as the Hellenistic period? As the territories were under the control of Alexander, he spread the language, he spread the culture. So the local cultures got associated with the ideas and the notions of the Greeks, known as Hellenes. That period is referred as Hellenistic period. So, in simple words, in short words, you can say that is the time of the Greeks' influence over the regions which are controlled by Alexander. The local cultures were associated with the notions and the ideas of the Greeks. So that's why it is known as the Hellenistic period. Why only Hellenistic period? Why can't we call this as a Greek period? The Greeks are known as Hellenes. So we are calling it as a Hellenistic period. This period is often referred as Hellenistic period, where the influence of Alexander has been felt even after his death for more than 3 centuries. So that is the reason why we are calling this period as Hellenistic period. The Hellenistic ideas and the notions were present in that lands which were occupied by Alexander once upon a time, and even after his death, the empire got disintegrated, broken, but still the ideas were prevalent there. The culture was prevalent there. So that's why the influence till where the Greek influence was there till the first century AD, we are calling the period from 4th century to 1st century AD, that is the Hellenistic period or the Greeks' influence over the non-Greek territories. That period is called the culture of the Greeks is present in the non-Greek places, and Greek language was also famous there. That's why we are calling it as Hellenistic period. Why we should call it only as a Hellenistic period? It is only because Hellenes is nothing but the Greeks. It is the Greeks' culture which was dominant there. It was Greeks' notion which was dominant there. It was Greek ideas which were present there. That's why we are calling Hellenistic Greek period or Greeks' influence over that area in that particular period. At the time when we are talking about the Roman Empire, when the Roman Empire flourished, the Romans have a republican government. Rome was republic. We need to understand this very clearly. The Roman Empire, the Rome was republic. The government was based on a complex system of election, but its political institutions gave some importance to birth, wealth, and society benefited from slavery. So it is very clear that in the Roman civilization, the Rome was republic. The government has a complex system of elections. They have a republican form of government. They have a complex election system. The political institutions have given some importance to wealth, birth, society has also encouraged slavery. So there is some advantage those who are born in the higher communities or castes or the sections, the estates, whatever it is. Based on your birth, there are certain privileges. Based on your financial position, the wealth you possess, there are some benefits for you in the political institutions. And the society like to have slavery. As you can see here, they're buying the slaves in the market. So at the time, what we're talking about the Roman Empire, it is from the 1st century AD to 9th century AD, the period when the Roman Empire was well flourished, maintained, popular, existed was during these 8 centuries. So in these 8 centuries, it was having a republican form of government. They have a complex system of elections, means it is not so easy to understand how the election process happens. for a common man. Its political institutions gave some importance to birth, wealth, and society, also encouraged slavery. The forces of Rome established a network for trade between the states that had been once part of Alexander's empire. So, as we learned in the previous section, Alexander has established control over some part of Asia, some part of Africa. So, the Roman forces established a trade network between those states which were once part of Alexander's empire, which means in Africa and also in Asia, they have established the network for trade. In the middle of the first century BC, under Julius Caesar, a high-born military commander, this Roman Empire was extended to the present-day Britain and Germany. So it went on towards the Britain region and also towards the German region. Under whose leadership? Julius Caesar. At what time? First century BC, middle of the first century BC. So during that period, Julius Caesar, who was a high-born, as we discussed, there is some preference based on your birth in the political institutions. So he was a high-born military commander who was extending his empire, the Roman Empire, towards the present-day Britain and Germany. So in this module, we learned that the government system of Rome was republic. It has elections. There are some privileges based on birth and wealth. There was slavery. During the first half of the first century BC, Julius Caesar has extended the territory towards present-day Britain and Germany.